Hello YouTubers, this is 777 Die Hard Forever, coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model as I continue to play catch up. Today I'll be doing a review on a Gemini Jets Lufthansa Airbus A380-800 in their current 2018 revised livery scheme in a 1/200 scale model. I purchased this model from Airline Museum and their website address is www.airlinemuseum.com. But first, before I go into details about this particular aircraft model, allow me to share you some information about the history of Lufthansa and how they came about, if you would please. Lufthansa actually traces its history beginnings back to 1926 when Deutsche Lufthansa AG was first formed in Berlin, Germany. DLH, as it was known for short, was actually the major flag carrier airline for the country of Germany up until 1945, when all services were suspended following the defeat of Germany in World War II. Then fast forward 8 years later to January 6, 1953, in an effort to create a new national airline carrier, a company called Lufthansa was founded in Cologne, Germany. Then on August 6, 1954, Lufthansa acquired the name and the logo of the liquidated Deutsche Lufthansa for 30,000 Deutschmarks, thus continuing the tradition of a German flag carrier of that name, which is mostly recognized today as Lufthansa, as the airline officially commenced operations shortly thereafter on April 1, 1955. The name of the company Lufthansa is derived from the word Luft, which is the German word for air, and Hansa, which is the Latin term meaning guild, which is most commonly used historically in reference to the Hanseatic League. Whereas the headquarters of Lufthansa is located in Diez, which is an inner city sectional part of Cologne, Germany, while the carrier's main hub and base of operations is located on the grounds of Frankfurt Airport, which is located approximately 7.5 miles southwest of the Central District section of Frankfurt, Germany, which is located in the Frankfurt suburb of Kelsterbach. Lufthansa also has a secondary hub that's located on the grounds of Munich Airport, which is located approximately 17.7 miles northeast of Munich, Germany, near the city of Freising, Bavaria, Germany. Lufthansa is the national flag carrier airline for the country of Germany, as well as the second largest operating airline in Europe after Ryanair, that's based in terms of fleet size and passengers carried, as Lufthansa currently flies to 220 destinations in 81 countries across Africa, North and South America, Asia, and Europe, with an operating fleet of 263 aircraft that previously included 14 Airbus A380-800s, including this one you're looking at here, with no unfulfilled orders pending on this particular aircraft type, as the carrier's entire fleet of Airbus A380s has been grounded indefinitely, which is no longer operating in Lufthansa's fleet as of December 2021 or at the time of this video review post. Also, as of December 2021, or at the time of this video review posting, Lufthansa is one of 11 airline carriers in the world of aviation, along with ANA All Nippon Airways, based out of Tokyo, Asiana Airlines, based out of Seoul, South Korea, Cathay Pacific, based out of Hong Kong, EVA Air, based out of Taipei, Taiwan, Garuda Indonesia, based out of Jakarta, Indonesia, Hainan Airlines, based out of Haikou, Hainan, China, Japan Airlines, based out of Tokyo, Japan, Korean Air, based out of Seoul, South Korea, Qatar Airways, based out of Doha, Qatar, and Singapore Airlines, based out of Singapore, to hold this prestigious honor of operating as a certified 5-star airline carrier, according to the international airline review firm Skytrax magazine, and the Airbus destination code for Lufthansa for this particular aircraft was 41. Alright everyone, let's take a look at the front of the box. And what you see at the top is the gray blue Gemini 200 decal, the computer generated picture of the aircraft type, the registration ship number, the corporate logo of Lufthansa, the Lufthansa billboard title, the 1/200 scale die-cast model aircraft, as well as the item information you see at the front of the box. Alright, now you're looking at the back of the box, and what you see is the computer generated picture of the aircraft in flight mode position, the engraved blue Gemini 200 decal, as well as some information there on the left side, and then you got their Gemini Jets social media page information. You go to their various websites, the Lufthansa title, as well as the corporate logo. You can pause and read that information if you like. In the meantime, I'm going to keep this moving, alright? All right, now you're looking at the top of the box, and what you see at the top of the box is the engraved blue Gemini 200 decal, the adult collectible model warning information, as well as the item number information you see at the top of the box. Now you're looking at the bottom of the box, and all you see is engraved blue Gemini 200 decal displayed at the bottom of the box. Now you're looking at the left side of the box, and what you see is the engraved blue Gemini 200 decal, the aircraft type, the registration ship number, the computer generated picture of the aircraft, the 1/200 scale die-cast model, as well as the item number information you see at the left side of the box. Now you're looking at the right side of the box, the same information on the left side of the box I showed you earlier on. Alright, now you're looking at this big, huge metal model stand that actually came with the model, and you see that black pattern right there on top of the model stand. The sole purpose of that black pattern, everyone, is not only it protects your model, it also prevents it from being damaged or scratched when you put your model on this particular model stand. Alright? Alright, you're looking at this plastic bag, and what you see in this plastic bag are the gear replacement doors, featuring the two little toothpicks for these gear replacement doors. Please stay tuned as I go into detail for the sole purpose of these gear replacement doors for this particular aircraft model. Alright? Alright, with all that information out of the way about the history of Lufthansa and how this German-based airline came about and still operating strongly as we speak, plus all the details here at the front of the box as well as the back of the box, plus the big metal model stand that came with the model, as well as the gear replacement doors inside that plastic bag you see there. With no further ado, everyone, here is the actual aircraft model. Let's check it out. There it is, everyone, the Gemini Jets Lufthansa Airbus A380-800 in their current 2018 revised livery scheme in a 1/200 scale model. Alright, allow me to go into some details about this particular livery scheme you see on this aircraft, if you don't mind me, please. This is the current revised livery scheme of Lufthansa, which is called the Lufthansa Blue Livery Scheme, which was officially unveiled at a special unveiling ceremony that was held at Lufthansa's Aviation Center facility, which is located on the grounds of Frankfurt Airport in Frankfurt, Germany on February 8, 2018. And the first aircraft that began sporting this livery scheme was a Boeing 747-8i Intercontinental Jetliner aircraft, which bared the registration ship number D-ABYA, as the fuselage of the aircraft remained Eurowhite, whereas the long blue arc part of the tail now extends down underneath the rear of the fuselage. The Lufthansa logo, which is actually displayed on the tail fin of the aircraft, is also similar to the previous logo that features the enriched stylized crane that's flying inside the circle that was previously painted in yellow, has since been replaced and repainted with the color of silver as part of a greater rebranding effort on the behalf of the German-based carrier Lufthansa to distinguish itself as a premium-based airline, as Lufthansa expects to have its entire fleet painted in this very livery scheme by the end of 2025. The Lufthansa Blue updated revised livery scheme was created and designed by Ronald Wild, who is, by the way, the corporate design manager for Lufthansa. So, with all that information out of the way about this particular livery scheme, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and allow me to show you all the details on the rest of this aircraft model. Shall we? Let's check it out. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft here on the port/left side, and we're going to start at the front of the aircraft. You see the Lufthansa titles right there. Then you see the front nose gears right here, the nose gear struts, the nose gear doors right there featuring the partial registration ship number on that nose gear door, MB. See the pitot tubes and the static ports, what have you. The radome nose cone. There's more pitot tubes. And then there's the windshield wipers as well as the cockpit windows. I'm going to give you a better visual of those details later on in the review. Please stay tuned for that part. But more important, you see the Lufthansa logo that's displayed underneath the cockpit windows, which is this logo right here. And this is the emblem of Lufthansa's logo, which was designed by the late German architect and graphic designer Otto Furley in 1918, as it symbolizes an enriched stylized crane in flight, as the emblem was adopted by Deutsche Lufthansa in 1926 and has been the airline's official logo ever since, as this logo can also be visibly seen on the tail fin of the aircraft. I'm about to show you that right now. Let's check that out. All right, now you're looking at the Lufthansa logo in that Lufthansa dark blue color right there. Can I let you on a secret? On the actual aircrafts, they're actually painted in silver instead of white. They got it white in here, but on the actual aircraft, they're painted silver. Okay. All right, we're still here on the front of the aircraft here on the port/left side, and right between the cockpit windows and the L1 entrance door is the Star Alliance decal, which is this little decal you see right here. And Lufthansa actually joined the Star Alliance along with Air Canada, SAS Scandinavian Airline System, Thai Airways International, and United Airlines as one of the five founding members on May 14, 1997, which consists of 26 airline members from 5 inhabited continents. And then you're looking at the yellow decal displayed next to the L1, the L2, and the upper deck doors, which is right here, right there, as well as right there. Now, what's inside that yellow decal is the Lufthansa logo, as well as the words Welcome, which is inscripted in the German language, which actually means welcome, which is also inscripted in the English language that's displayed inside this yellow decal as well. And then now you're looking at the Airbus A380-800 logo right below the premium economy windows right here. Lufthansa became the second European operator after Air France, as well as the fifth operator overall that acquired this prestigious state-of-the-art jumbo jetliner aircraft, as Lufthansa took delivery of its very first of 14 Airbus A380-800s that the German-based airline had placed orders for back on December 20th, 2001, and received their very first Airbus A380-800 jumbo jetliner aircraft, which bears the registration ship number Delta-Alpha India Mike Alpha on May 19, 2010, and took delivery of its 14th and final Airbus A380-800 jumbo jetliner aircraft, which bears the registration ship number Delta-Alpha India Mike November on April 7, 2015, as Lufthansa at one time registered and operated as many as 14 Airbus A380-800s in their fleet. And now, as of December 2021, or at the time of this video review posting, Lufthansa's entire fleet of Airbus A380-800 has been grounded indefinitely, which was officially confirmed by Lufthansa on August 4, 2021, which means it's more like this aircraft not come back part of their fleet. That's the sad part about that. Nice aircraft though. All right, we're still at the front of the aircraft here on the port/left side, and right below the Airbus A380-800 decal is the name of the aircraft you see there. It is pronounced as München, and this particular aircraft is named after this historically German city, which is called München, which is actually pronounced as Munich in the English language, which was actually founded in 1158, as Munich is currently the third largest populated city in Germany after Berlin and Hamburg respectively, as this particular city is also known for hosting the annual Oktoberfest event, hosting the 1972 Summer Olympic Games, as well as the birthplace of the Nazi movement. And multinational corporations such as BMW and Siemens AG, whose global headquarters, along with Lufthansa's secondary hub, is also located in this historically European city as well. And then you see the inboard landing light right there on the edge of the wings right there as well. All right, now you're looking at the center of the aircraft, the lower part of the aircraft, and what you're looking at is these big massive engines here, featuring the engine cones right here as well as right there as well. And these are the Rolls-Royce Trent 970 turbofan type engines that was used on this particular Lufthansa Airbus A380-800 jumbo jetliner aircraft. Now I'm going to turn this aircraft model around, let you see the front of the engines, and we're going to check out if they spin or not. Let's check them out. All right, now you're looking at the front of the engines here on the port side of the aircraft, featuring the engine strikes right here as well as right there. And now let's check out if these engine blades actually spin. Let's check them out. Yes. The engine's right there. Yes. And then you slide over this way, everyone. You see the inboard landing light right there, as well as the front visual view of the landing bogey gears, including the center bogey gears, which features the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. All right, now you're looking at the front of the engines here on the starboard slash right side of the aircraft, featuring the engine stripes right here, as well as right there. And does the fan blade spin over here on this side as well? Let's check it out. Yes, they do. Perfect. Let's check these engines here. Perfect. And then looking at the inboard landing light right there on this side of the aircraft, it features the landing gear struts, the landing gear doors, as well as the center bogey gears on this side of the aircraft as well. All right, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft where you got a better visual view of the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, and then there's more pitot tools right below the cockpit windows and the windshield wipers. The radon nose cone, the nose gear door, the landing gear lights inside of the nose gear doors, the landing gear struts, as well as the front visual view of the front nose gears. All right, now looking at the wingtip device on this side of the aircraft, and this high-tech wingtip device is actually called a wingtip fence, which is this little wingtip device right here. And the sole purpose of this wingtip device is to maximize as well as to increase efficiency at the same time by reducing vortex interference with laminar airflow near the tips of the wings by moving the confluence of low pressure / overwing and high pressure / underwing air away from the surface of the wing of this particular aircraft. All right, and then you see the red navigation light right there displayed next to the wingtip device on the edge of the wing there. All right, now you got a better visual view of the landing bogey gears here on the side of the aircraft. There's the side bogey gears here, being the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear door, and then there's the center bogey gear here on this side of the aircraft, featuring the landing gear struts. There's no landing gear doors, okay? All right, we're at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, and what you see is the registration ship number, which is Delta-Alpha India Mike Bravo. Registration ship number Delta-Alpha India Mike Bravo. This particular aircraft is the second Airbus A380-800 jetliner aircraft that actually entered the Lufthansa fleet, and the first test flight on this aircraft took place on January 22, 2010, and was delivered to Lufthansa on July 16, 2010. However, this aircraft was ferried to an aircraft storage facility which is located on the grounds of Turiel Airport, that's located in Turiel, Spain, on May 13, 2020, where this particular aircraft and the small majority of Lufthansa's Airbus A380s are currently stored up at as of December 2021, or at the time of this video review posted. Alright, we're still at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, and besides the registration ship number is the actual German flag decal, which is this decal displayed right here. And this flag decal represents the country where Lufthansa currently operates from as the national flag carrier airline for the country of Germany. Alright, now you're looking at the tail fin of the aircraft, which features the Lufthansa blue, and you see how the blue is draped all the way down into the fuselage. The previous Livery used to just be draped right here to this point here, but it's draped all the way into the fuselage. And then there's the airline's logo I mentioned earlier. On this aircraft it's white, but it's actually silver, okay? All right, looking at the back of the aircraft, and what you see is the APU, which literally stands for Auxiliary Power Unit Exhaust Hole, and there's a hole right there, you see there. And then there's the strobe light that sits right next to the APU exhaust hole, as well as the entire aircraft from the rear view angle. Let's check it out. There you have it, the Lufthansa Airbus A380 from the rear view angle. Incredible. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft here on the starboard slash right side of the aircraft, where you see the Lufthansa billboard title right there, also painted in Lufthansa blue, as well as the front nose gears you see right here, the nose gear struts, as well as the nose gear door featuring the partial registration ship number on that door. You see the pitot tubes and the static ports, the radon nose cone, and then there's more pitot tubes right there that I showed you earlier. Then there's the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows, the Stylized decal, the Airbus A380-800 decal, the München decal, name of the aircraft, which is actually pronounced as Munich in the English language, the front cargo container loading door, as well as the inboard landing lights you see on this side of the aircraft. All right, now you're looking at these big massive engines I mentioned earlier. These are the Rolls-Royce Trent 970 turbofan type engines that was used on this particular aircraft as well. On the side of the aircraft here, featuring the engine cones there as well as there. All right. Now you're looking at the wingtip device on this side of the aircraft, which is actually called the wingtip fence, along with the green navigation light that sits on the edge of the wing right there. Now you got a better visual view of the landing gears on this side of the aircraft, featuring the bogie landing gears here on the starboard side, featuring the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. And then there's the center bogie gears here on this side of the aircraft that features the landing gear struts as well. There's no landing gear doors, all right, but they're there though. All right, now you're looking at the back of the aircraft here on the starboard side. And what you see there is the registration ship number, the German flag decal, the rear cargo container loading door, the AFT boatman door, as well as the airline's logo displayed on this tailfin of the aircraft, which is Lufthansa blue that drapes down to the fuselage as well. Let's check that out. There it is, everyone. All right, before I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model in full detail, allow me to check out one little feature, which is the rolling gears. I'm going to show you that right now. Let's check that out. Pretty good. All right, the gears tilt, as you can see there, as well as the front nose gear swivels as well. You see there, and there. Okay, so with no further ado, allow me to show you this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view. Let's check that out. All right, now you're looking at this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view. We're going to start at the front where you see the radome nose cone, the pitot tubes, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows. You see the Stylized decal on both sides. You see the Lafonza titles on both sides. You see a high frequency antenna, and that is the Wi-Fi box right there. You see the dual anti-collision beacon lights right there. And then another high frequency antenna. And that little dome there, that is the satellite communications antenna right there. Another high frequency antenna. And then there's the vertical stabilizer, which is known as the tail, as well as the horizontal stabilizers above, which is that little dot right there, as well as right here as well. Those little dots are actually called the Illuminator Lights, and the sole purpose of these Illuminator Lights is to light up this tail here when it flies during nighttime. Okay, now let's check out the engines and the wings. You see the engines right there, as well as the wings here, as well as the flaps, slats, ailerons, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve you see right there. And then you see the wingtip fence right there. Now let's check out on this side. See the engines right here. There's the wings above right there, including the flaps, slats, ailerons, spoilers, what have you. There's the fuel dump valve right there, as well as the wingtip fence on this side of the aircraft as well. All right, now you're looking at the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model. You see the radome nose cone, you see the crew escape hatch door, the front nose gear right here, as well as the nose gear door. And then you got here, you got a couple of antennas right there. The anti-collision beacon light, the hole where the stand goes in at, another antenna, the Gemini logo, another antenna. Then you slide up this way, the APU housing door, as well as the horizontal stabilizers underneath. And then let's check out the center bogie gears here on this side. The aircraft, there, tilt, perfect. Tilts a little bit, all right. And then we starting at the gears right here. They tilt as well over there. And then you see the engines right there underneath, as well as the wings underneath here as well. Features the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, fuel dump valve, as well as the lower part of the wingtip fins. Now let's check out over here. And then you see the gears right there, tilt, perfect, as well as the engines right there as well. Underneath, as well as the wings underneath there as well, which features the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as the lower part of the wingtip fin you see on this side of the aircraft as well. Alright, since I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model in full detail, now I'm going to put it on that nice little big metal model stand that actually came to the model I showed you earlier. So with no further ado everyone, here is the aircraft on the stand. Let's check it out. Alright, finally got this model on the stand with no problem, no hesitation, as you see it being displayed in the takeoff landing position with the model on the stand being viewed from the port side of the aircraft. Now you're viewing this model in a takeoff landing position with the model on stand being displayed from the front view angle. Alright, now you're looking at this model being displayed in a takeoff landing position with the model displayed on the stand being viewed from the starboard side of the aircraft. And finally, you're seeing this model being displayed in the takeoff landing position with the model on the stand being displayed from the rear cam angle. All right, the tail cam angle, that is. Sorry about that. All right, before I take this model to stand, I got this angle for a reason, and the reason is the magnetic gears actually came to the model. So I'm gonna go ahead and take them all, starting with the front nose gear. There. The gears here on the port side right there. The center bogie gears on this side, they magnetic as well. The gears here on the starboard side, as well as the gears on the center bogie gears on the starboard side there as well. All right, now since I took all the gears off, I'm gonna let you see this model at a different angle while the model displayed on in flight mode position. Let's check it out. Alright, now you're seeing this model being displayed on the stand in a gears up without the gears position. Now you got one or two options how you want to display your model. If you want to continue to display it like this, that's fine. Remember these gear replacement doors I showed you earlier? That's the sole purpose of these gear replacement doors, is to substitute your gears while you display your model like this in flight mode position. Or you can do what I suggest, is just keep them in the gear down position. Gears up, gear down, that's your choice. I choose to keep mine on there because it adds more value to the model. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and put these gears back on this model, take this model off the stand, and go ahead and wrap up this model review, okay? Alright, let's talk about the seating configuration. The Lufthansa Airbus A380-800 double-decker jetliner aircraft seated 509 passengers in a 4-class configured cabin layout. Here's the breakdown, everyone, from rows 1 to 2, which is the upper deck, which will be from here to here. You had 8 first-class suites, rows 10 to 24, which is also on the upper deck, which will be from here all the way back to about here. You had 78 business class seats, rows 50 to 57, which is the lower deck, which will be from here to here. You had 52 premium economy class seats, rows 60 to 94, which will be from here all the way back to the rear of the aircraft on the lower deck, as well as rows 95 to 98, which is on the upper deck from here to here. You had a total of 371 economy class seats, which brought the total to 509 seats. And prior to Lufthansa grounding its entire fleet of Airbus A380s, which was officially confirmed by Lufthansa on June 19, 2020, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Lufthansa previously utilized their Airbus A380s on routes from Frankfurt to Bangkok Suvarnabhumi, Delhi, India, Houston Bush Intercontinental, Los Angeles, California, Miami, Florida, New York JFK, San Francisco, California, Shanghai Pudong, Singapore Changi, Tokyo Narita, Johannesburg, South Africa, Hong Kong and Beijing capital, and from Munich to Beijing capital, Hong Kong, Los Angeles, California, Miami, Florida, San Francisco, California, as well as New York, JFK. Those were the routes. Well, everyone, this will conclude this model review. I'd like to know if you got this model or you plan on getting it, if you can get your hands on it. I believe the only chance of getting this model as we speak right now is on eBay. If you can't find it there, your chance of getting this model is pretty much second to none. But if you can get it, please do. I highly recommend it. So with that said, please take care. God bless. Stay tuned. There's more model content coming. Peace.